Excuse me.
Pull up the trailer so we can skim through it. Nier 1.22. Extra content trailer. Da, da, da.
Big ol' list of new shit. We're getting... Where the fuck? God damn it, sorry, I lost the...
Okay, here we go. Produced by Square Enix, developed by Toy Logic. Extra content trailer. We will be getting one Papa Nier's in the game, just 100%. Papa Nier's just right there.
The blur face is guess what? Extra dungeons, 15 nightmares.
I believe that was in an earlier version of the game, but I'm not super sure.
Okay.
Because I think it was DLC where you got to play as the other character, like in Replicant, you would play as Papa Nier, and in Gestalt you would play as Brother Nier.
Now, why is Papa Nier a hot zaddy?
Because Automata sold really well. Because zaddy.
Because a big part. Well, it's not a huge part. The fact that he was Uggo.
His horrible dog face.
His horrible old man face was definitely a part of what I was like, yeah, look at this ugly dad melting as he tries to save his daughter.
Yeah,
you know?
well, Papa Nier has become Daddy Nier.
Yeah. Zaddy, so folks. Keep up with the terminology.
I don't know what that is.
We started at the.
Hold on, let me check
Urban
beginning. Dictionary. Hold on.
We just yeah, we talked about this at the beginning of the podcast.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah, this is that with a Z? Oh, it's a fine, handsome, and sexy-ass intelligent man that makes you smile and drip every time you see him. Is that what you're describing, Woolie?
A dad
with low-key want to have his baby?
A dad with swagger is a zaddy.
Mm-hmm.
It's another DILF.
I was reading the official definition on the internet.
According to how many thumbs up there.
Oh, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So yeah, have some
Papa Nier's got like correct facial proportions now.
Mm-hmm.
But they're not going to go out of their way to change his dialogue. He's still. It's just going to be a skin.
Well, no, it's a different. It's not a skin. It's a separate like combat sequence of shit that is you're playing as him.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I don't know if they got him back, but it will be its own voice.
Because I was assuming they were just going to give us old man skin, but he still is going to be Brother Nier.
No, it is. That used to be in the old game. It was DLC, where you played as whatever version of the character you didn't have. So this time you'll be going through the 15 nightmares, which is challenge rooms.
Okay, yeah, the doors.
Zaddy Nier.
There you go. Now you're doing it. As defined by 30 people.
Yeah.
New costumes, Kabuki and Samurai. 4 Yorha costumes and weapons.
4 Yorha costumes.
And guess what? The old cast of Nier look fucking awesome as Yorha members.
Well, I mean, it makes sense considering.
Yeah. Music in VA.
Kaine looks really good in that outfit. I wonder what...
Music in VA from Automata. And
so here's the part that's much more interesting. Because it says Nier Automata guest cast.
Mm-hmm.
And it features 5 Japanese voice actors, as well as Kira Buckland and what's his Kyle McCarley? Kyle McCarley.
Tubes and Nines.
It doesn't show 5 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
It shows 5 and 2.
Yes.
So it's not like voice lines is being attached to like a, what do you call it, like a costume or something like that.
It's not exactly the same group on both English and Japanese sides. Yeah, no idea what that means.
2B and 9S's voice actors are part of that group of 5 Japanese voice actors.
But there are other people there that are not in English. That are not there.
So
in
one
English.
of the things that people thought was like, oh, it's going to be like when you play as the costumes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You will have voice lines associated. But there's an A2 costume that you can see in this trailer, and A2 voice actor is not there.
Curious.
Very curious.
Like, would they, like, why would, yeah, I can't, I don't know. Maybe they just haven't done it yet, or maybe there's other things going on, but.
I have suspicions that I won't voice. But I suspect something going on. But also, on top of that, there's an extra episode, Mermaid.
Yes, exactly. So 1.5, it is then.
Yeah, and the Mermaid is going to be like a little side story about a big old wrecked ship and a little girl and a big old shade and whatnot.
So everybody who has not played the original Nier, guess what? This one's really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope that all the new shit they're doing, which this is going to create, like, I'm going to assume, like, 8 new hooks for the future, right? Like, they're going to use this as an opportunity to just lay the groundwork for the franchise.
Well, what I will say is that all of the extra content in the game is not shown in that trailer because the embargo is detailed.
Okay. So, yeah.
The embargo is very detailed about don't tell people about this.
So we're getting new hooks for the future. Very exciting. I like that. I like the connections to Drakengard and to the different, like, endings from those from each respective game, right? The parts where a chord works in, I think, are like some of the raddest shit. The parts
I'm hoping that the one of those the other pixelated avatar is a chord.
The idea of the red-eyed knight, you know, like, not that that's ever getting elaborated on, but if they ever did,
it's the bummer, right?
It's the coolest unexplained thing.
We have to go to Jerusalem to fight the red-eyed head of the Chlorination Legion. Like, can I get a game in that, please?
So, you know, like, that stuff, which is, like, it's kept distant so that new fans are not, like, they don't lose out on the experience of this self-contained game. But, like, that, the more distant you put it, the further away you push it, the more I want to drag them together. I love those connections, man. They're fucking cool. It's like, every game goes out of its way to make it as self-contained as possible, but, like, the little thread that connects the two ends up being the thing you want to zoom in on the most.
Yeah, somebody in the chat just mentioned it's very similar to Castlevania's War of 1999.
Sure.
Which is, like, the coolest thing that has ever happened in Castlevania,
and it's never shown.
You are not allowed to see.
Yeah, I'm really, like, what I want is like not what the franchise wants, but I don't give a fuck, man. It's such cool shit, dude. Anyway. And shout outs to Clemps for fucking laying it all out there in a way that, like,
yes, thank you.
Yeah, for contextualizing it and making it make sense.
I'm never going to play Drakengard.
And exactly, but now that I know what all of that, like, backstory represents and how it, like, effectively creates the world of Nier, and then how the world of Nier creates the world of Automata, like, you want to see that chain keep going, you know? You want to see those.
Can we get the Replicant 1.22 stuff done to Drakengard 1 and 3? Because those games are, like, trash. Those games are terrible.
How do you feel about the Alan Wake way of doing it, where the multiverse comes together later as opposed to at the start?
Alan Wake does it in a really, really cool way. But Alan Wake also opened up a multiverse right away. So, like, Max Payne ends up being a story of Alan, and then Alan ends up being a part of Control. So it was kind of the same, it just wasn't as overt.
As long as it feels like cohesive and thought out, I think you can pull it off. From what I'm hearing about the Alan Wake, exactly, like that sounds like it ends up working really well. Versus, let's say, hey, so spoilers for Turn A Gundam. If you're at all interested in ever watching Sid Mead's Turn A Gundam, you should stop listening now. Okay. Fucking whoever that was. Like,
well, I'm not interested in Turn A Gundam, so continue talking, please.
So the end of Turn A Gundam, which is a wacky ass but still very cool, very different Gundam franchise that comes way after everything, is that it tries to literally connect all Gundam universes together. And
that's stupid.
There's a scene where you're looking at like different like reflections like of all the different universes all connected in this one location. And
that's dumb when some of those series are grounded.
It doesn't make a ton of sense, because it feels as if this Gundam series is going, hey guys, look, I have a cool idea, look, and every other Gundam series is like, fuck off, we're doing our own thing, nerd. You know? But this one show is reaching out to the others, trying to establish some sort of connection with the Black history, and no one's really chomping at the bit. You know, it's not a two-way exchange. So
that's stupid.
Yeah, I like Turn A Gundam, but that's one aspect of it that is like, it doesn't work when you try to make this post connection where you're in the screenshot, you're looking at people with the art style of like original Gundam and people that look like Zero, or people that look like fucking Seed and shit like that. Like, it just doesn't, you don't even, like, you can't possibly belong to the same universe. You're a Moe blob and you're like a super big chin 80s anime person. Like, what the fuck are we doing here?
Quattro Vagina does not belong next to fucking the cast of what's the super robot one? Quattro Vagina and Master Asia should not be hanging out in the same universe.
Sure. I'd say just Rambo Ral standing next to Lux is the fucking most nonsense thing ever. On site.
By the way, I know what I just said has people already going, it's Vagina, dude. No, at the Gundam Museum, it is literally Quattro Vagina, and it is supposed to symbolize his fourth birth as a new person. It is as stupid as it sounds. It is that stupid.
See, the problem is, if you try to argue with Turn A, though, Turn A gets to just say, well, our timeline is CC. And you know what CC stands for?
What's that?
Correct century.
Go to hell. Are you serious? Oh my god, that's so toxic. That is toxic.
Yeah. You don't get to say shit. You get out of here with your fucking your made up centuries. We have the correct century. You might Can't fight it. Yeah. Anyway, so I'm hoping for Nier to, like, you know, use this remake of the first game to just reestablish and reignite those connections to all the other games and strengthen them. And while we're at it, fucking get rid of that awful, stupid ending F, because that shit was lame.
Ending F?
Was it F? The weird baby one?
In what?
Original Nier. The one that wasn't in the game. There was an ending that wasn't in the game that was only... I think it was like...
ending E?
Is it E I'm thinking of? Shit. Yeah, ending E. The weird baby one. The novel.
The novel?
Yeah, that shit was stupid. That was dumb. With the fucking the baby in the tree. Anyway. All right.
Okay. I only read about that after the fact. Like, I honestly don't remember it very well.
Basically, there's all the canon game endings, and then there's an extra canon book ending that was written after the fact, and it sounded very terrible. It sounded really
Somebody in
awful.
the chat asks, is Replicant the second Strand type game? Maybe. I don't know.